The Easterlin paradox. Happiness is not found in money. This simple theory, supported by evidence, contradicted the widespread idea that the greater the income, the greater the happiness. The first question that came up was whether people limit their ability to be happy when they reach a certain level of income. The Easterlin paradox is both a psychological and an economic concept. Funnily enough, these two sciences have much in common today. One of the things they have in common is the idea that links money and consumption with happiness. One cannot deny the importance of money. But we constantly hear the money and happiness do not go hand in hand. At the same time, we also get frustrated if we don't have enough money to buy something we want. It can be anything from travel and clothes to a new car. It is necessary to have the appetite of the poor in order to enjoy the wealth of the rich. Rival. The Easterlin paradox supports the idea that money and happiness are not connected. Let's take a closer look at this interesting idea. The Easterlin paradox. Richard Easterlin's first reflection was global. It was about a reality that many of us know: the richest countries are not the happiest, nor are the poorest countries the unhappiest. This simple theory, supported by evidence, contradicted the widespread idea that the greater the income, the greater the happiness. The first question that came up was whether people limit their ability to be happy when they reach a certain level of income. Another aspect of the Easterlin paradox is that if we compare the income difference in the same country, we get a different result. Within the same country, low-income people are less happy, etc. How do we explain that? The Easterlin paradox supports the idea that money and happiness are not connected. Income relativity. To explain all these observations, Easterlin used a Karl Marx metaphor. Marx once said that if a person has a house that meets one's needs, they can feel content. But if the neighbor is a millionaire and has a mansion, they begin to feel that their house is nothing more than a simple cabin. Easterlin draws two conclusions from this. The first is that people with high incomes are usually not happier. The second is that people perceive their income as high, depending on the income of the people around them. This may explain the difference in the relationship between happiness and income. Therefore, Easterlin says the paradox is that the comparisons we make with people around us influence our perception of well-being. In other words, the environment is paramount to whether our income level brings joy or sorrow, income or equality. Richard Easterlin never directly said that high or low income was the cause of happiness or unhappiness. What the Easterlin paradox says is that high income does not necessarily create a greater sense of happiness. Happiness depends on the situation. This leads us to ask the following question: is it true that what actually creates happiness or sadness is equality and not income? In other words, can one believe, based on Easterlin's paradox, that the great disparity in income in society is the cause of the problem? When there is great inequality, we feel good about being above other people. If, on the other hand, we feel that we are inferior to others, we become frustrated and sad. It is directly related to the fulfillment of our needs. Realistically, my income allows me to live well. But if I see that others live much better than me, I will feel that I am not earning enough. This is probably what happens in the richest countries. Although the majority of the population has its needs met, the wealth of the elite casts a shadow over those who are not so wealthy. At the same time, people in poor countries can feel happier as they have less to compare themselves to.